Barrowman is up next. So John Barrowman, he might be able to just book Wayne onto Dancing on Ice. There we go. Now I know John is there. I've seen his name. Where are you, John? There he is. John Barrowman coming in all the way from America now. Our editor, Rosie, is watching. Hello, good evening, lovely Rosie. There you are. Good evening to you. Oh.
By the way, I just want to say, because I don't know if Frankie and Wayne will still be listening, but I just literally text one of our exec producers and sent a message to her to say that he's interested.
Yes!
And that he can roller skate. And Wayne, I expect you to possibly be one of the footballers who has gone really, really far.
Yes!
If you get in there.
Yes!
And I'll mentor you, because I skated myself, so.
And you've been in the jungle as well. John, do you know what? How lovely to see you. You and I have known each other a very long time. When we first met, you were naked.
Correct. And that's how most people meet me. But yes, yeah, I was naked. I was doing Hair in the West End, the 25th anniversary revival of Hair, and yeah, I was naked. But I think that was the only performance that I mean, probably it was in the dressing room. Even Gabby, it was so long ago, I can't remember. But the character I played wasn't supposed to be naked.
Yeah.
And they wanted me to be naked, and as I know, the only reason they wanted me to be naked and some others in there was because of the television background that we had started to build, and they wanted to sensationalize it. And I said, look, the character doesn't get naked, so there's no need for me to get naked. However, on the last matinee, in the last show, I stripped right down.
And I remember it well, and let's leave it there. John, that's the thing. So I knew you as musical theatre, and then, of course, TV. And so you're an actor, you're a singer, you're a performer, you're a presenter. You've been very outspoken there, which we will get to about the news. We have to talk about America. You are Mr. Entertainment, aren't you?
Well, that's it. It's just that people forget that when you get into a business, and it's the entertainment business, it doesn't. Some people just want to do one thing. That's perfectly fine. However, I didn't want to just do one thing. For me, the entertainment business encapsulates everything that you just said: presenting, musical theater, dramas, comedies, writing books, recording albums. It's all that. If I have something that I'm able to do and people are willing to, get involved with it, listen to it, watch it, then why shouldn't we? It's like, I've always said this, and people will get sick of me saying it. It's like asking a plumber to do one thing. You're only allowed to plumb sinks. You can't do that. He's got to do toilets. He's got to do faucets. He's got to do water heaters. He's got to do all that stuff. You have to be able to be diverse. And I think the more diverse we are, even like in work, the more diverse we are in our culture, as we spread that kind of diversity throughout everything, just the better people we are.
Actually, look, you've gone there. So let's go to that, because I think the posts that you've put out, some of the videos you've put out have been really powerful, and thank you for doing that. This week has been, as I said, with Frankie and Wayne, it's been heartbreaking, the past couple of weeks, heartbreaking, but also passionate, and a feeling of coming together and yet hate, and that it's all of those emotions together. What is it like actually in America? What is the feeling like in the States?
Well, I say this from that we are in Palm Springs, which is an hour and a half, 2 hours from Los Angeles. We're in an area where there was a march, and it was a very peaceful march, and there's been no looting or rioting here. However, Los Angeles is close by. You kind of get angry when you watch it on television. I mean, for obviously George Floyd, who had the police officer's knee on his neck and for 8 to 9 minutes, and now, and died in front of us on television. Horrific. Yeah. And there's no way that cannot, I'm just sorry, there's no way that cannot piss you off as a human being, right?
Yeah.
And so I wasn't able to go to marches, but the only way I felt that I could contribute with my platform was to post online. I've also been going to friends of mine, young friend of mine, Chester Lockhart, who is a very big gay activist and Black Lives Matter activist. And I would post to them and post to my nephew, thank you for being in the marches. Thank you for doing that, because we can't be there. You're there for us also to help. And I'm using social media in the best way that I can. Now, it's interesting to see people's reactions, because some people are on board with it and with me, and others are angry that I'm doing what they deem to be political. But I've tried not to make them political. I've tried to make it so that it's making you aware of what's going on. And some people are really angry at me for doing that. And I just don't get it, Gabby. The thing
Well, those are the people you don't need following you.
Well, I did say that, but they have a right to their opinion. However, when it's an opinion that is about someone that doesn't look at someone being murdered, someone, like Armand Aubrey, who was running in the street, and two white racist men decided that they were the police, pulled out their guns and shot him, and then called him, as we've now found out, the N-word as he was lying there dying. Yeah. Sorry, it's completely wrong. And I know that Frankie Wayne said the same thing. People are saying every life matters. No, every life doesn't matter until Black lives matter to all of us. And we can move on after this. Sorry to get really passionate.
No, absolutely.
But we need to take that on board, and I've started even going back and reading. I've put a book list up on my Instagram and Twitter for people to look at if they want to read about things, learn things about things like the 13th Amendment. There's a great documentary on Netflix about the 13th Amendment. It's incredible. Yeah. And if you want to start learning because you don't know enough, these are the things that you start to do. And it's good to talk about it. And if somebody gets upset about it, I was talking with someone who I know very well, and they were trying to say something about the people who were rioting, that, and stealing and rioting and the defamation of property is not right. However, we have to look at the reasons as why they're doing it, why people are choosing to do that, why, because they don't have a voice. They're not being listened to, and they've reached a point as human beings, they've reached a point where they're screaming, and that's the way they scream. Yeah. And I'm saying this now, forgive me if I've said some words that may not sound right, but I'm still in the learning process myself.
Well, we all are. Yeah. We have to keep learning and keep learning. And my love.
I remind people, Gabby, sorry, I remind people that I've always stood up for gay rights. I've always put my neck on the line for gay rights. And when, the HIV crisis hit the gay community, people need to remember, young gay men and women who ask me, and they're like, why do you get so angry about stuff? And I'm like, because you don't remember that Stonewall, that happened in 1969 on I think it was Christopher Street, Stonewall, that was a riot. Because, and the gay rights movement came out of that riot because gay men and women, trans men and women, were tired of the police taking advantage of them and just brutally beating them and hurting them. And that was it. We had had enough. So,
but it's so recent, that history is so recent, is horrific, that it's that close to history. It's such recent history.
Yeah. Well, taking it back to the Black Lives Matter issue, the Jim Crow laws, that is like current in history. That might not, but it's so close. And particularly when the president of the United States says things like, if they cross, I'm paraphrasing here, if they cross the line, they're going to meet the biggest, meanest dogs. That's a vision in our heads as human beings of seeing Black men and women during some riots in the 60s getting attacked by dogs. That's what comes to mind. So he knows what he's saying. He's inciting violence. And I just have to say it, then we can move on. Never before have I ever seen the most appalling thing where the president of the United States meant to be one of the biggest and the freest countries in the world, turns on his own people, gasses them, puts the military against them because they were exercising their First Amendment right. And I say this because I know a lot of Americans are watching this right now. No matter, even if you voted for him, which we will have a discussion about that later, because I want to know why, and want to know if you would still vote for him, a legit discussion. You can't sit there and not be angry, because if he's taking that right away, it will affect you. It will affect everybody.
Good for you, John. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize about being passionate.
And thank you for Hello Magazine for giving us this platform.
No,
really.
Please. So John, let's go back to all the performing things that you do. So I know you from your acting and your singing. I remember seeing you in West End shows, and you are phenomenal actor and singer. I've presented shows, I've been on shows that you presented, but I think for me, it's now people see you differently. It's very interesting, and I'm not talking about.
They see me as older.
No, because you're a fashion designer. And can the person who keeps saying nasty things just stop? That you're fashion designer. That we've seen you as a judge on Dancing on Ice. We've seen you as all of those things, and it's just like you've grown up, and I actually mean that in a really nice way. I mean, Captain Jack, as you know, you and I have talked about it. I hope that there's more Captain Jack. You didn't tell me if there was.
I have no idea.
Yes, more Captain Jack. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
I just got a phone call this morning about something, and I was very excited about it. That's all I'll say.
Oh, that's fantastic news. So when are you coming back to film that you can't
Well,
say?
no, I'm not, nothing to be filmed, but you tried to get me there. I know you. I was meant to actually be in the UK now, working and doing something, and I'd already meant to have been in Australia, New Zealand working, you know, because I love doing the conventions all over the world for the sci-fi shows, for Doctor Who, Torchwood, and Arrow, and all the different things that I've been on. But everything's been postponed and canceled. And when lockdown happened, I was actually on a plane coming over when they said flights are now being canceled to the United States. And the pilot came on and he said, we're just waiting to see if we are getting permission to go forward or if we're going to have to turn back. So I was in that kind of limbo area. But there's literally, as you know, nothing happening. Yeah. Everything has stopped, and you know, they're trying to figure out how to make everything work. And the one thing that you know, for people, and Hello Magazine has always been a great supporter of the theater world, and with the red carpets and everything that happened, the theater world is about to be decimated.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
It's about to. We could lose such iconic theater venues that could just go under and never appear again, like the Royal Opera House, you know, the Albert Hall, even, you know, the Palladium. I'm throwing all the general ones in there too, but theaters and actors are suffering big time. And I don't think the government is taking that on board. We need to, you know, theater's a big part of education, life, and entertainment.
Well, theatre and television and film is what everybody has turned to at the moment during lockdown. And actually, I was interviewing a very famous actress at the weekend on my radio show, and she was saying everybody thinks that actors are rich. Most actors, on the whole, are jobbing actors, as everybody calls them. So they're going from job to job to job, and in between, they work in restaurants. Now the restaurants have closed as well. The bars have closed. So they don't have anything. They don't know when their next job is going to be. And it's not just the people, the actors, it's the people behind the scenes, because you can never do a show on stage or in the
crew
without anybody. Yeah.
Even things down to the people, the men and women who are the ushers and the ticket people and the box office people in the theaters. There's a huge, also the restaurants outside that thrive on, you know, the pre-theater dinners before everybody goes in. It's a huge, big chain, but hopefully people will get a kick. You know, the government will get a kick and start to move things on. So yeah, and also I just saw someone say right there, I am reading some of the comments, local theaters.
Yeah.
Local theaters make most of their money over pantomime season. So we need to, I would hope that things will be back up and running for Panto. That would be wouldn't that be a wonderful Christmas if we were able to celebrate like that?
So do you know what's next for you? Or is it up there and you don't know?
There's things that I was meant to be doing that are now being postponed till next year. But my argument with a lot of the postponement, they want you to then book. But what if something comes in between? You're asking me to sit and hold. And a lot of actors are being asked to do this. And we're saying, well, you should be giving us a retaining fee to hold because we're not earning any money. You know, and listen, I say that, and I know people will be going, but you look at you're in Palm Springs. That's right. I'm in Palm Springs. I'm here. I'm very lucky where I am. However, my income has stopped.
Yeah.
We're going into savings. I still have people that I have to pay, employees that of another company that I have with a business partner, and I have to pay her. I have to pay. So there's things. It's just all different and different levels. And I'm not asking for sympathy. But the thing is, there's a lot of actor friends of mine and people, everybody's unemployed. We're unemployed.
Yeah.
I've never said that in my life.
But you will be again, especially when you have Wayne Bridges on Dancing on Ice.
Yes, well, there's things that, you know, I'm one of those grafters that I will try to create work for myself. So I've been having conversations with people thinking of how to do things that we can, you know, get ourselves doing stuff again. And, you know, it will get back to normal. It's just going to take a little while.
Yeah, it will. It will. It'll be new. It'll be different, but we'll get through it. How was the operation? Everyone's saying you had your operation, your jaw.
Yeah, I go in for another checkup to make sure it's okay. I could show you, but you probably wouldn't be able to see it. See that gap?
Yeah.
I had that tooth, it had to be extracted because it was deteriorating in my jaw, and it had caused a huge abscess that I didn't know I had. And I went in, they literally had to extract it, and then, without getting too graphic, go into my bone of my jaw, clean it all out. I had a bone graft. I can't open my jaw as much as I would like to, but I go in to get the stitches and stuff taken out in a couple. It's sore. I'm trying to push through the pain. I'm not on painkillers because I don't want to be put on anything that's kind of addictive.
So I've just sing? Can you still sing?
No, I can't sing at the moment because if I extend my jaw past there, I could stretch the stitches and pop them.
No.
And it's really important that I stay. Scott loves it because I'm not walking around the house singing.
I'm upset because I wanted you to give us a little bit of something, a little song.
I can give you a little bit of something, but yeah. Scott, what should I sing? I'm not singing the Chicholina song. No. What can I sing?
How's Scott?
He's fine. Scott, come say hello.
Hey,
you're lucky because he walked through earlier and he was just out of the shower, and I said, you cannot do that. As much as Gabby will love it, you cannot do it.
Look at you. How are you doing, Scott? You well?
Yeah, I'm loving it. It's really great. We've got great weather. We got the pool. We got the dogs. So just, yeah.
Good to
he's really enjoying the lockdown. He finds it really kind of relaxing.
Yeah. It's nice because you're more relaxed, aren't you? So it feels like that.
But he says he's not singing, Scott. We got to get a little something for him singing us.
What should I sing? I don't know. How about no? I don't want to give me something to sing, Gabby. Ask from name something and I'll sing it. Go.
Anything goes.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes. That's it.
You can still do it. Yeah.
No, I know I can still sing, but it's just that I can't belt it as much now because of the jaw. He's laughing
you're going to
at me.
do another album. Surely you'll do another album.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, the people that I do my fan base that buy the albums, they're used to buying CDs, but CDs don't sell. So the thing that we have to look at is getting those people to get on digitally. If I do an album, it'll probably be, you know, I've done the Christmas album. I'd like to do a pure musical theater album. I've never really, it's been ages, and I'd like to do stuff like from, you know, taking something from Wicked, something like from Hamilton, and actually maybe take requests from everybody and build it that way. And so it's songs that people want to hear. Ooh, songs the people want to hear.
There's your new album. Perfect. And I can see the tour now. And then, oh, it's perfect. John, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you still doing your suits?
Yes, Dobell. Yeah, JB by Dobell. There's we were, you know, this all happening. We were going to be doing a big launch alongside the James Bond film, which has been postponed because we were launching, you know, dinner suits and things like that. But yeah, JB by Dobell will be back once this is all taken care of. But you can still go to the Dobell website and get the suits. They're fantastic suits. They're absolutely amazing. And they're very, very reasonably priced. A suit for under 200 pounds.
And I've seen you in them and you look gorgeous. John, thank you as always. Give Scott a big kiss and stay safe. And I will see you when you're back here.
Ciao. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. Hello.
Take care.
Bye. Wait, bye, Scotty.
Oh, bye, guys. Goodness me. Wow. Very, very powerful. John is a very, very passionate guy. I've known him for a very long time. And he sung. I didn't think we were going to get him to sing, which is wonderful. So